Good evening and welcome. Welcome to Fight CPS and Stop Taking Our Children. I'm your host, Bob Pace, and I'm here to help you with your CPS matter. What I call CPS is the Child Protection System found in every county in every state and worldwide. There are over 3,000 people I've talked to about CPS. I've been a victim of CPS myself. Now, what is CPS? CPS, I call the Child Protection System. It's a government entity that started in 1962, and it was an act of Congress that directed the social services to have a group of social workers to protect our children from neglect and abuse, and also do what's called family reunification. It's very important to know that the best parents are the biological parents. And if those biological parents have hiccups, they can be corrected through parenting classes and through programs such as domestic violence and drug rehab, etc. You know, when we're born, we're not born with a manual of how to be a good parent. But what's happened, unfortunately, I'm talking to the thousands of people right now that have encountered a rogue or a bad CPS system that has taken their children even though when they're not in danger. I know firsthand because my children, three of them, were taken and they weren't in danger. They were not in danger. It's a whirlwind of anguish I went through. It started with me in 2010 when I lost my job. Um, I was 60 years old at the time. I had a beautiful forever home close to the beach, and its value at that time was about $1 million. I have helped raise six children. I have 43 years of marriage experience, and I have a lot of life skills. I've been working for 61 years, and it's necessary for me to keep still working. But it's hard when you lose a job at age 60 to be hired. It's also hard when you have lay people. These are people that can be your neighbor, can be friends, family members, in laws, whatever, that call CPS to use it to their own motivated gain. Apparently, I did not know at the time, is my in laws, my wife's mother and father, her three sisters, and her brother were calling in once a week with false statements about me and my wife doing something wrong with our children. And every time I met with a social worker, I proved them wrong. I showed them the utility bills that I had utilities. I showed them their grade reports that they had good grades in school. I, showed them their bedrooms. I showed the refrigerator where they had food in there in the cooking area. I showed them the refrigerator. Excuse me. I showed them their bedrooms where they have a bathroom and a bedroom. The bedrooms and bathrooms were clean, so that wasn't the issue there. What it was knows to me is that when family members get involved, they have alternative motives. My in-laws never liked me to marry their daughter. Their daughter came to me. We met each other in a very romantic way, and we fell in love. And we're still together after 33 years. But it's been hard. I think now we're further apart now because of what CPS did. I had to sell my forever home because I need money to hire an attorney. I just couldn't fight it with the court appointed attorneys. It was a waste of time. They don't fight for you. They're paid by CPS. They work for CPS. And they certainly won't come with you at all the meetings and stuff that you have to go through. You see, if you get involved in CPS, it's like open heart surgery. You need a professional doctor to operate on a person with open heart surgery. Same thing goes for CPS going and navigating them. I say sometimes fighting CPS is like you're in Alice in Wonderland. You fell in the rabbit hole and you met the Cheshire cat who directs you from one room to the next room, going crazy, going bonkers. It's ridiculous. But I'm here to help you, and hopefully that you will tell me some things. Now, I have some people that come in tonight, which I'm glad that they did. And I don't want to ignore them. I'm sorry if I'm a little down a little bit. I'm trying to be really good about things. Tomorrow is Thanksgiving, and I think for the first time in my life, I won't be with family on Thanksgiving. But I do have my show tomorrow at 7, so I'll be with you guys. You guys are my family. So that should be good. That should be good. Um, First up, we have Erin from Tennessee. Good evening. She calls us all family. Thank you, Erin. God bless you. You're a sweet woman. She's from Tennessee. She has one more remaining child she's trying to hang on to. Her other two were taken from her. Hello, Justin John from um, Olango or Ostenago, New York. That person is actually Tony the Tiger, and her real name is Cassandra, and she has a 14-year-old child. And she's been trying to fight against family members that have gone corrupt and other things like that. But I'm so good to see you there, Justin John. Thank you. And Aaron said hello to Justin John. That was sweet of you there. Let me put the thing there so you guys can see the messages back and forth. And hello, uh, Desire Buckner. She's from Santa Ana. She has a court case in Riverside and San Bernardino. She has 4 children, 3 different fathers, and she has a horrible mess. I'm glad to see you. And she's from Santa Ana, California. Now, Justin John, Tony the Tiger, Cassandra. Yes, but it has no power. If we do nothing with it, we have to get this in our stories out there that we need to do something about it. I agree with you, Justin John. I agree with you. That whenever any form of government becomes destructive of these ends, it's the right of the people to alter or to abolish it and to institute new government. I agree with you. Now, Desire Buckner just joined YouTube, so it shows her as a new member. Well, welcome, Desire Buckner. I didn't know that you were a new member. Anyway, that's great. I'm glad that you're with us. And Justin John, who's Tony the Tiger Cassandra, says the ends mentioned refer to the unalienable rights of liberty, life, and the pursuit of happiness, which governments are created to secure. The document goes on to state that a long train of abuses. I agree, Justin John, and unsurpassed makes it the people's right and duty to throw off such government. In essence, the passage asserts the principle of popular sovereignty, holding that the government authority comes from the consent of the governed and can be removed if it fails to protect the people's fundamental rights. What Justin John is talking about, Cassandra, Tony the Tiger, or Cassandra, is that you have your constitutional and civil rights, and they all the time are abused by the Child Protection System, CPS. And I do like to point out that, like in California, in Orange County, which is where my case was, is called the Child Protection Services. In LA County next door, it's called the Department of Children and Family Services. It's all CPS, and so I just use CPS to describe it. That means all the agency that you're working for, you don't have to worry about if you mess up and use the wrong term or whatever it is. But I'm happy, thrilled to death you're here to help me with your case, to help me with your case. And Aaron says, yeah, I'm trying to be strong. I feel like every holiday just keeps harder. I may or may not have to got me a bottle of whiskey, and I know it's not something to turn to. It just helps today. I understand, Aaron. Sometimes people do things like watch a movie or maybe go for a walk or relax. There's nothing wrong with doing that. Everybody has their woes and stuff. I'm just thankful that I've met you guys. I'm thankful to have you a part of my live stream. I'm thankful. You know, a time of Thanksgiving, that's when we give thanks. Thanksgiving is when the pilgrims started. When they first got here into the New World, they wanted to give thanks. And they invited the Indians, the native people there, to join them in Thanksgiving. And it's a tradition that's been going on for over 400 years in the United States. It's been going on a long time, Thanksgiving. Mm. Oh, boy. Well, I will see two of my family members, or my wife included, that's three. And anyway, I'm going to cook a turkey dinner on Saturday, and that's where my two sons will join me. They're going to go over tomorrow morning to be with their daughter, who has changed her name. She doesn't like to be called her name that we gave her, and she wants nothing to do with her mom and dad. But I encourage the brothers to still keep in touch with their sister. I did not, you know, take that away from them. I wanted them to be a part of it. And I think it's important. I think it's really important. Mm. What a day. What a day. So, what would you all like to talk about? I do a lot of talking the show. I'd rather see you guys talk. You guys can call in or text me a message and respond. In fact, I need to put that up so you guys know what to do here. A lot of you already know that, but if you're going to text a message, please make a question or a comment about CPS. Please state your name and your location. If you're outside the United States, put your country. As I said earlier, we've had over 3,000 people talking here. And um, we're from all over, too. I've heard from Indonesia, Bangladesh, and India. I've also heard from up in the Middle East. I've heard from Saudi Arabia and I, Iran. And then I've heard also from Libya. Then over to the continent of Africa, I've heard from Liberia and Sudan and Republic of Congo, and then Rwanda and Mozambique, and then the South African country with its provinces. Then up to Europe, I've had the United Kingdom, England, Scotland, and Wales. Also heard from Germany, Denmark, and Sweden. Across the pond, North America, I heard from Canada and its provinces, and of course the USA and all the 50 states. I even heard from Washington, D.C., which is not a state. Then south the border, Mexico, then further south in Central America, Belize. And then in South America, north of Brazil, on the east coast, Grenada. Then across the South Pacific to New Zealand, and the land down under Australia and its states. Its states. So that's really the makeup of the 3,000 some plus people. But I have a lot of wisdom and advice I can give you. I've been fighting CPS now for 15 years, and it's been ridiculous what's happened to me. I've developed 5 rules. Rules are simple: hire a real attorney, don't use a court appointed, document everything, get yourself a notebook with tabs, and you want to keep an instant log. You want to keep a journal going. You want to put all your certificates in there, your program certificates, your classroom certificates, and those kinds of things. And then rule number 3 is that you need to don't talk to social workers. Don't let them in your home. Don't meet with them. You need to have your attorney present. You need to have your attorney present. And they're going to try to get you to use a court appointed attorney. They're a wasted lost cause. They're a wasted lost cause. Anyway, I'm glad you're here. And I'm really sincere about trying to help you. I'm really sincere about trying to help you. Another way you can interact with this podcast is be a guest on my live stream. And all you have to do is pick one of my 14 live streams. I'm on here every day of the week, twice a day. On the weekdays, I'm here at 10 a.m. in the morning. And on the weekend, 8 a.m. in the morning. Then on every night of the week, all 7 days, I'm on at 7 p.m. Those times I give you are the West Coast times, California. Hold on one second. Good evening. This is Bob Pace. And it's nice to hear from you, uh, Desire. Um, that, that's the correct way to pronounce your name, right? Okay. Well, I think lately sometimes I've been calling you Desiree, but it's not Desiree, it's Desire. So I apologize. Yep. Anyway, for all you listeners out here, we have one of my family members on the phone, Den. She likes to be called Desire. Anyway, she's from Santa Ana, California. And what do you have for us tonight? What question do you have for us tonight? Yeah. Well, what are the court order visitations you have? What are the court order visitations? Okay, supervised visit. How often? Okay, twice a week for 2 hours. And what about holidays? Well, no, no. What did the judge? What did the judge read in court? What did the judge? Right. What does the court paper say? What does the court paper say, Dan? When you say you, when you say he, you mean your ex-husband? Okay, so you have a custody arrangement. Is that through family court or was that through CPS? Okay, well, you got to have your judge, excuse me, you got to have your attorney, your court appointed attorney to modify it if you want it on holidays or their birthdays. That's got to be addressed in the court order. Well, I asked you if it reads there. Well, forget about the restraining order. Visitation. Is that you said is holidays included or not? You didn't say so. You just said visitation twice a day. Well, you can't have holidays then if they don't say holidays. All you can have is twice a week visitation. And how long are the visitation? All right. And where is the visitation going to be held? Where's the visitation going to be held at? Where is it? It does not say on the paperwork. Well, then you need to get your court appointed attorney to clarify that with the judge. Well, I'm not a judge, I'm not an attorney, but all I can tell you is that you got to have, if you're going to work with a court appointed attorney, you got to have them do their job. If they can't do the job, you get to replace him or her.
I'm doing all this by myself with
I
a little
know.
bit of help, with
I
a little
know.
bit of money.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
understand. I did it for the first year by myself. I know what it's like. Believe me, I do.
It doesn't seem like though that he's putting a restraining order on me for what? When he hasn't been around to even been served paperwork to go to court. He's hiding in his house. And his girlfriend is the mistress who's in front of my kids. She's having a back. And the officer that was supposed to serve him didn't serve him. They just left the and gave me the paperwork saying that he wasn't home. His wife said that he was at work. First off, it's not his wife. And second off, he's inside of that black truck. That black truck is out there. And he's December 16th. So what am I supposed to do? Not show up to court?
Well, if you continue with a court appointed attorney, there's really nothing you can do. You show up to court.
I still have to show up to court, yeah, right?
You have to show up to court, yes.
And I put a restraining order, a civil harassment on the mistress for what she did in front of my kids and me for trying to even give my child flowers, and she's not allowed to show up to court. So I think that he made him file a restraining order on me because the whole thing that we're about to go through on December 16th, him and me are going to be working things out for the children, and he's not involved, and that makes her mad. So,
Well, I mean, is she legal? Is she legally married to him?
No, she's not.
Okay, then it's between you. It's between the two exes, right? Okay.
Yeah. She talked bad about me to my children. My children said that I can't give you a hug right now. I'm like, what do you mean I can't give you? What is going on? Thinking in my head, I'm like, after all this fighting with this woman, I don't fight that because I already know better. But she just embarrassed herself on film, and I got the court.
But you got a court appointed attorney. It's a waste of time because a court appointed attorney was not going to help you.
I don't have one.
So, are you doing pro se? Are you doing it pro? Are you doing it pro se where you do it yourself?
Pro se.
You're doing it pro se yourself.
Yes.
Have you notified the judge that? Okay. If you're going to fight it, how are you going to fight it if you're not an attorney? You don't have all the smarts. You don't have all the knowledge of fighting this.
Coming this week.
Well, I understand you make up money down the road, but the case is coming on quick, and I just get so worried about you. It is hard because you're a veteran. You served our country. Your services too. Yeah, but Vince will cost you money. He doesn't do pro bono. I understand. And I said, right now, it's approximate $5,000, $500 an hour for LA County, which yours is over Riverside or San Bernardino County, so maybe a little bit differently. But anyway, it's in the ballpark. It's in the ballpark. If you're ready to pay him, I can go ahead and set it up for you to meet with him and pay him the retainer because he will represent you. But he needs to know about the case, how complex, how long it's been going on before he'll quote you a firm price.
Well, okay. I want to get hold of him so we can talk. Yeah.
Well, okay. So do you have approximately $5,000 retainer?
What does money have anything to do with? I mean, yeah, I have half of it.
Well,
I
okay.
mean, but that's the whole thing.
Well, Vincent can't. He's
I did
spread
all
out.
the work. I did all the work.
Well, no one says you haven't done all the work. It's like the way it works. If you want to be represented by an attorney, you have to pay a retainer and you have to sign some documentation. And the documentation you sign is pretty extreme. It means that you're going to hire him, he's going to represent you, and this is the fees you're going to pay. And when the retention gets lower, you got to replenish it.
If I pay that 5,000 though, it doesn't mean I'm gonna win, even though everything is good.
I know that.
Most
I know
likely
that.
still.
That's a risk that you have to take. I Believe me, I sold my home. It cost me $350,000 to get Mr. Vince and to get my two boys back. I still lost my daughter because the social worker committed perjury. And I could go after the social worker, but I don't have money for a retainer for the lawsuit.
Oh my God, I don't have 5,000.
I know. I
I
know
did.
that.
I did pay $29.99 for his his podcast right
Well,
now,
yeah, you can talk to him on
and that
there.
money.
Did you talk to him on his live stream? Do you talk to him?
I don't know. I just did it so tonight when you were on the show. So I
Oh,
don't know about going about that.
well, on Saturday, I think he has his next live stream. I think you have to call the
Okay.
office where you made the payment.
Okay. Georgette, Miss Georgette.
No, Georgette is like me. She does the talk shows there, but she can
Oh.
also arrange them. But she's not an attorney. She's a person that helps Mr. Davis with clients. So, but it's going to be up to you and Mr.
Oh.
Davis. I'm sorry,
Yeah,
what?
Mr. Davis. You guys own the stuff. I'm gonna tell you this right now. $5,000, I so would sell everything in my house right now if I had the extra money. But I got a car payment due, and I got a rent payment due. I'm looking for a job though, and I got, and then I'm getting trained by my coach, and I'm almost done with all this paperwork because I feel like if I just keep fighting these cases and not just let it go and take care of myself, then I'm just gonna blow my money and I'm gonna waste my time and my stress, and I'll never be happy, and I'll just be shut down with my grandma. You know what I mean? And I don't want that. I want to take care of myself. I want to be happy, and when they're ready to come to me, they come to me. Like I'm here, but like the other ones, the parents or the stepmom, like I'm gonna leave them up to God. Like 'cause that's my plan B. I really didn't want to say that podcast, but
Um,
sometimes I'm 18.
well, the first thing you do is get your life squared away. Have a job, have a regular routine, have a home and a place. The next step is to hire a real attorney and have the attorney do what you want. But you got to find one. If you want Mr. Davis, that's fine. I could set you up to be hired by Mr. Davis, but he's going to require a retainer. And I'm only given an estimation of 5,000 because it's up to him to make the determination of what it will be.
Yeah, I got you. I got you. There's no such thing as credit cards and good credit. So,
Yeah, I know that. I had to sell my home. I used a quick sell my home. No, that was actually 2017 when I quick sell my home.
oh, I was trying to sell my home and get a new one and pay him his fee.
Yeah, I, I'm.
He will win this case. I mean, 5,000 even 3,000. He's got all the animals that he needs. I just need him to just You know.
Well, here's a case here's a case I've been following along. The name is David Hilago. He's from Santa Maria. He's hired Mr. Davis, but I think he's up to about $50,000 he's spent so far, and he hasn't been up to bat yet. Well, I don't know. He says that most of his problem with his is pretty bad. His daughter has accused um, him of improper behavior, and she's been coached. So it's not really true, but he's got to, I just.
Yeah. Well, I think I'm gonna get my baby back at least visitation right.
That's a start to
For my
right.
1-year-old.
That start to be think. What about your 18-year-old? Your 18-year-old should be able to see you all the time.
I don't believe this wicked world. There's no reason why my family won't let me see my kids. Even if I still sit them there like, hi, Dad, I can't let you see them. I'm like, why? I don't, I don't want to be involved. I'm like, you're already involved.
Well, I'm confused. What about your family? What's your family got
Me
to do
too.
with your kids?
They're the ones keeping them from me.
You told me your husband was.
My husband and the minister, and then my third child, their family.
Well, see, I
They
get
love me, and I
confused.
can still
You have child one, two, three, and four. So which children are we talking about? You said one of them is 18, so this should be back with you, right?
yeah. She feels like she's traumatized, and I think she needs some counseling. But she is 18, and she can do whatever she wants. But she's scared of her stepmom, and she has to live there because she has to have her stepbrother come outside and tell me that she's not allowed to come outside when she's about to turn 18. I'm like, that don't make no sense.
Well,
She goes outside
she has to
and
move. If she's 18 years old, she has to get a real job, get an apartment, and do her life on her own.
she's the only little girl there. Like she needs to
At
stay with me.
18,
She needs to come home to
she's
me.
not little anymore. At 18, she's an adult.
She doesn't look like one. She looks like she's 12.
Well, okay.
I didn't look 12 when I was 16.
Yeah, but I'm talking about your 18-year-old.
Yeah, she's 18, but she looks 12
Well,
when I saw her. She
okay.
looks shy and happy at the same time when she saw me, including herself and nervous and scared at the same time, but happy at the same time. Like, I can't. I was like, can I give you a hug, honey? Like, she goes, I can't let you do that right now. I'm like, what? That's not my daughter. That's not my daughter talking.
Okay.
That's not my baby. She messed up my children's mental and emotional and alienated me from my children. So I'm gonna let
What's
God handle that because that's something that you can't put money on. I'm just scared though that they're gonna just let my 16-year-old stay with the dad who actually was the perpetrator. In my stomach when I was pregnant with him. So and man wanted him for tax money and wanted me to get an abortion and everything like that. And now he's in love with them. Okay, cool, that's great. But get this out of the way, dude. Like,
okay?
you don't know about this.
Okay. Okay. Good evening, Christina Reynoso. Thank you for the updated censuses. It'll be coming in 15 minutes. You got an extension for Dorothy Cook. That's great. Dorothy Cook is from North Carolina. Christina Reynoso is from Nevada, Las Vegas, Nevada. We have out on the phone Den, who Desire Buckner 4796, that has 4 children and has a terrible custody battle with her ex-husband, who's now placed a restraining order. Now, what's the restraining order says? Who do you have to keep from on the restraining order?
Well, it says right here that
Can you
I
read
put
it?
a restraining.
Okay.
I put one on
Now
And then
you both will have to go to
and then
criminal court. A restraining order involves criminal court, so you have to go to a criminal court. Have you had your
what?
arraignment for the restraining order? Have you had your arraignment yet?
No, I didn't have papers. I just found out by somebody
Okay,
on the phone. I'm like,
you
I
can sit here and talk all you want and not understand why, but until you go to court, that's where he has to prove that he should have a restraining order. He's got to prove that you're detrimental to the kids.
okay, yeah,
He's got to prove
this
that.
is
If
it.
he doesn't prove it, then the restraining order is dropped, and you got to prove your case against him for a restraining order too.
I got all kinds on him. Already sent it, copy pasted, and no, he duly noted and saved in clouds and all kinds of. I got all kinds of on him. He's retarded.
Well, okay.
I'm sorry. He's
No, no,
retarded,
no. The
but
thing is,
he's
you
listening.
can't
He
be
admits it.
you got to be very professional. That's why the
I know.
judge is not going to like you being pro se. What attorneys do, and a lot of people
That's why
hate
I
it,
say nothing.
attorneys don't use emotions. They're very professional,
Yeah, I know.
and they don't get
That's the
emotions
only thing
involved.
that
We all get emotions. There's no question about that.
is bad stuff. You know, being an attorney for a CPS kid is like dancing almost with the devil. I feel like,
Yeah,
and I don't dance with the devil. You know,
yeah, I
I
understand.
don't do that.
I understand.
So when I walk into a courtroom to fight for my children, I'm prepared with ammo. But if I get shut down by injustice, when there's clear proof right there, I'm not going to give up on my kids. Never,
Yeah,
ever.
yeah,
Even when they're 18, ever. Everybody knows about them, but my family doesn't know about my kids because my ex-husband doesn't ever involve my kids with my family. Not once ever them back to see my children. My family has not seen my son that just turned 16. My family has not seen Layla since she was a baby. You know, they stole my kids. They literally stole my son out from my head. Like, basically, I had to do it voluntarily, only because it was a suspected hotel, and I had to get my son together because I just got homeless. And I was like, I'm not giving my son to nobody. My son is not involved in CPS. You know, I graduated that thing. You know, like
well,
no, I mean,
who has custody of your 16-year-old son?
Ronald, the dad.
The biological father.
Yeah, but he's the enemy though. He's the one that
Well,
did
okay.
everything.
I'm trying to work with the legal matters before the judge. If you want to change that, you got to change the court order. You got to change it to how it should be. Should it be a 50-50 arrangement with your
That's what I
son?
did.
And what
That's
is
what I did. I did that in 2012, Bob, and
okay?
then I missed my court date because I didn't have a car. I'm like, no, so my whole life just went downward, you know.
That's the
And then
sad
so
part
I had to
about
give up on my
courts.
kids.
If you miss a court date,
I
there's
had to
no
give that to my
makeup.
kids.
Courts are very adamant. There's no makeup. There's nothing.
That's okay. Put the copy though in with the new order.
All right.
More like that. I'm just kidding. Yeah, I put those in the order so that the judge can see the past and see now what I'm working with. And she's gonna look at this case like, what are you trying to do to these kids and her? Going up to these women and breaking their hearts? Like, no, we don't tolerate that. Like, you better get these men that abuse pregnant women and all that stuff off of their money and put them, you know, because they like to women and they like to hurt their children and get away with it. And the court doesn't see that. It's like, what do we have to do to make you have some sense? Do you want us to? Do you want kids to get hurt first and more? together for their birthday. I don't want them to be together for a holiday. I mean, it's about them. What is he doing out there yelling and waking up the neighbors and having a dog bark like that? Like that, civil law, I have a civil restraining order on her coming to her with proof. And him, I don't need no more proof. I've already got everything. I got everything. I'm like, if I get shut down in court, I mean, that's the go get it. Like, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna just do me. That means God telling me, I want you to get better. Now go. And I'm like, I'm gonna go then. But this person, now, if you're just gonna shut me down again, but what if I do get custody though of my kids again? Finally. Now what? Now what? I did call a supervisor to supervise my visitation before my son's birthday. You know what she did? She hung up on me and never called me back in the middle of the conversation. So now I gotta call some more supervisors. I'm losing my hair over this, Bob.
Yeah, I understand. I understand. Would you like Christina Reynosa's from Las Vegas, Nevada, and she says maybe you like to make a synopsis.
Oh, what?
Well, she's been helping. She's helped me. She's helped other people wrap up your case with all the violations to make a synopsis that you could go and pursue. Well, if you check to what's going on in the room, the chat room, Christina Reynosa says maybe the caller wants to make a synopsis. And she just updated. Yeah. She just updated one for Dorothy Cook. She's working on Dorothy Cook. She's already done Lisa Bartley from Montana, Betty Joe from Montana. She's done a lot of people right now. She's done me from California and stuff. So what she does is she has a way of orchestrating. But you got to contact Christina. So you got to somehow show them your email or find each other on Facebook. She's on Facebook. You can find her on Facebook. Do you see her name, Christina Reynoso? All you do is look up on Facebook and you guys connect. And you guys can connect. You guys can connect. So what else you got there?
My third child, which is a girl, Pomona area, and she's such a sweetheart. Grandma told me when I talked to her about 3 months ago. She says, "Yes, Mama, Grandma, I know Mama's beautiful, and I don't know why Daddy keeps going to prison, you know." And I'm like, "What did you do out of prison for?" I'm like, "Give me back my baby," but no, they just are evil like that. They're twisted and not in the right place sometimes. But it is so when I'm not there, But when I show up, though, it's like, "Oh my God!" And you're like, "Oh my God, you act like you don't have my phone number, or my hours." So don't play no games with me. I want to say, but I don't say that, and I haven't went to visit them only because I don't want to start no trouble. But nobody, because my child does not live at that big old house. She lives with the auntie who is taking care of her because the person who had custody of her killed a driver and hit when he was trying to kill somebody and he was a prison. And she also represents, I guess, Satan or something like that. Like, oh my God. And he's just, I don't know, dude. Like, my life is telling me just keep going forward, Desmond. Don't look back. He's just looking into the camera to make sure where they're at, but don't look back. Keep going. And I'm like, I like cry, and then I'm like happy at the same time, you know? It's hard, emotionally, mentally. And you can't put a price on that. You cannot put a price on that. For me, I'm trying to change a little bit of legislation, maybe some rules. I like to bend rules. I'm a Capricorn. And I have put my blood, sweat, and tears and then some constantly, for my kids. And to have my daughter throw those flowers out like that and say, and don't come back. And I'm like, what? I'm like, I have to leave. And then, because it was only nighttime, it's too late. I've been waiting since 2 o'clock p.m. when I got out of school. And this officer showed up. So how many times I called, I have the police report. Nobody wanted me in this area. But they listened to her words, though. And the mistress told the officer that I was going to break my daughter's flower vase over her head. I'm like, why would I waste my money and the flower vase on your head? You know what I mean? I got all that recorded. I'm like, I never said that. Here's the truth. Bam. And I showed it to the judge, and then what? She's going to be mad. She's going to get her. I don't know how, but she's probably going to get let go. And then somebody told me to give her some leniency. I was like, give her some leniency? Okay, first off, my ex-husband and cheated on me with her and left me in a shelter pregnant with our second child, which is my son who just turned 16. So I don't know what you mean by leniency. I do have leniency and respect for her because we get along. But these past 2 years, I don't know what my ex-husband did to her, but she threatened to kill me. He comes out like a maniac and he's in control of 6 children. I'm like, excuse me, you only have 5 to be correct. Okay, if that's including my children that you don't have no business to have to take away from me. Okay, and what happens to you? Like, you need some mental health. I mean, I've had a lot of mental health for 18 years, and you need to take a break. And I'm in contact with her. I'm like, what did you do to her, dude? What did you do to her? Like, this woman was cool at first. Yeah, you can keep her on. Yeah, he's your problem. I don't care. But you try to take and keep her kids away from me, that's a different story. That's a different story.
Okay.
I gotta pay for your mess up. No, justice is gonna be prevailed soon, my God. I already know it, and all I have to do is just get better and get healthy and get that money and stay integrity and keep paying my bills and keep fighting up. So that's what I'm gonna do, and that's what I do. I keep going all the way up. Back to stay up.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah, but I can't fight. I'm not allowed to fight. I'm not allowed to get involved in any kind of criminal activity. And I've been doing a fantastic job at it. I've never had a felony. I've never walked the field. I've never had like that unless they hurt me first. Because my dad taught me, if somebody hurts you, if they touch you, you better not lose that fight.
Right.
I'm the best look, he said. My dad was hard for me. I know, but he didn't let me though. He said, I don't want you to lose a fight. Because I don't get and then I was like, I was getting hit by my dad, when I was a kid. So I don't hit my kids. I pop on their little diaper, like pop out, like no. And then they're all family kids. They left my baby. She's like a baby at the time. And she hurt. Her feelings got hurt. But I pop on her little diaper. And she's just like me. She gets angry and her little vein pops out of her forehead.
Yeah.
To throw my flowers away, that's not my baby.
Understand. Understand.
She loves me.
All right. What else can I do to help you?
All right. What do we do about him being the one that's being protected by me?
Well, you have to go to
I mean,
criminal court to
why do you
fight
think
the
that
re-
short?
you have to go to
Yes,
criminal court to fight
CPS.
you have to go to criminal court to fight the restraining order. That is the only way you can do.
Okay, well, the best attorney that I need, I cannot give you all the money that I have because I have to live over a roof still with my dog. You know
People
what I mean?
understand that.
So I need
Attorneys
to live with my dog.
attorneys understand that, but you're not going to find pro bono attorneys out there.
I don't want no pro bono. I want professional.
Well, if you want a professional, you got
I
to pay
need that.
money. If you want a job done right, you got to pay
I
money
know.
for it.
But what if I don't have to? So what if proof and his case would be, I don't know,
Unless it's presented
legislation
in
law.
court. You have to have it presented in court. You have to have someone that knows how to navigate the courtroom. You have to have someone that knows how to enter motions, to enter evidence, to cross-examine, to
I
have
can do that.
testified. Well, you may think you can, but only the people that are professionally trained can. It's like a doctor in open heart
I
surgery.
know.
Would you do open heart surgery, or would you have a doctor that's trained to do open heart? Open heart surgery is just as critical as fighting CPS or navigating through the system. It's just as bad.
I've watched the movie before. I watched that movie before, The Devil's Advocate, and I think I think that needs to fight for their justice, and if money's involved, um, and you don't win, there's got to be some kind of insurance.
Well,
If
the
you don't win,
the it isn't. It's not as simple as what you're saying. It is involves, you know. Well, okay. Well,
it's gonna
maybe you
be.
got more answers than all the other attorneys out there doing it. But you have to go, and the problem is
Yeah.
it takes time. It takes time.
What if I become an attorney
Well,
and I
I have a
actually bend the
person
rules a little
named
bit and make a
JJ
little bit of impact?
Richardson who is an attorney, but she can't fight her own case. She had to go out and hire an attorney. You won't be able to fight it because you're an attorney. Yeah, you'll know some things, but you're going to have to go with someone that is an attorney.
Okay, I understand what you're saying, Bob. Now, what if I can just go the right route, what I've always done, and then sometimes I go the wrong route, and I learn my lesson, and then I fix it, and then I always go straight. You know. Now, if something don't make sense to me during these three roads, I'm supposed to want to go in between those three lines. I want to try to bend those things and make it seem like, haha, I got it first. You know, like something that just changed. She just changed something. Now it's going to go down in the street. Now it's going to go in the book because this is a big case, and it is a nasty case, Bob, like you say. I got four babies with three different fathers. Okay,
Right,
and I have never been with somebody else. I only three men. And that's
right.
it. And I lost my men, and I lost my children.
Why did you want to have
And
babies with
there's no
four
way.
different? Why do you want to have babies with four different fathers?
I didn't plan on having a baby after I had gotten a divorce. I had protection, and so, but it happened. God let it happen. I don't know why, but now I know why. He's telling me you need to stop. Okay,
Well, I
and I
don't
do. I need
understand
to go.
if people are going to have sexual relationships, they got to accept the responsibility of
Yeah.
children. If you're going to have you got to be
You
mature
think so?
enough to do that. You can't deny that. And abortion is the answer. Abortion is not birth control. So if you're going
No,
to have sexual relations with somebody, you got to take protective
I
caution.
have protection.
Then how did you get
My
pregnant?
military
How
have the
did you
best
get? How did you
9.5%.
get? How did you get pregnant? How did you get pregnant?
I don't know. something beyond the 99.9% injection in your arm that they give you? It was about that time, I
No, no,
guess.
no, no. The babies
I
are
have no idea.
born when the sperm leaves the father and joins the eggs in the mother. That's how babies are born.
I guess it's the love that they
No,
have
it's
for
nothing
each
to
other
do
at
with
that moment.
people sometimes separate passion for love. If you're going to make love to somebody,
I
you
get it.
better understand that if you have a child, you got to be ready to handle it. Most people aren't ready to have
But
children.
the never,
Well, the
because they have
mothers
their
are
moment.
too, but the thing is, if you guys are gonna, you could have said no. I don't want to have sexual relationships with you. You could have said no. Why did you agree to it?
They can fall in love with them.
Fall in love. You were not taught
And
right
my dad
about
protects
sex.
me.
When you are taught early on about sex, you guys say fall in love is not an excuse to get pregnant.
Well, because I'm hurt. I have a lot of pain
You
in me.
can't use children because you got hurt. You're doing it all about wrong.
No, I'm not using children. What?
No, what you're saying to
Oh, no, no,
me
no.
is that you fell in love and that's the reason why you had the baby. No, that's not the answer. You had the baby because you
Because
got
I was
pregnant.
going to
It was
hurt
a mistake.
myself. I was
It was
going
not
to hurt
because if you're in
myself.
love with the man and the man's in love with you, that's different. But you weren't. It was just the heat of the moment, the attraction, the heat of the
You're right.
moment. It was the
You're
attraction you
right,
had
Bob.
with the other person. We all experience the
Yeah.
needs of sexual relationships with one another. It's a part of us every day. Everybody has sex. Don't let anybody fool you. And
I know.
it's enjoyable feeling, a wonderful feeling. The problem is we don't think about children as
Yeah,
a
with that.
consequence. We don't think about children as a consequence. And we got to. We got to.
I
We got
haven't
to.
had nothing since for 2 years. Okay? 2 years.
Okay,
So far.
Christina. Thank you so much, Christina. She's going to have something ready for me in 4 minutes. Okay. And by the way, it
Okay.
is now 8 o'clock. You know what that means. And I'm sorry to do
Ding,
this to
ding,
you.
ding.
I have to
11.
end my live stream, but I want to thank you so much to call in, Den. It was really good. This is Desire from Santa Ana, California, has been on the phone for me talking about her 4 children and how she would love to see her children. I know you're a good mother in heart, but the only way you're going to get your
I
children
am. I
back
know.
is going to have to get a real attorney, and that's going to take money. It's going to take a job and working
Oh,
hard to
that's
come
great,
up with it.
Justin.
That, but keep this in mind. Children always will find out. I hope. I don't know with my case. I have 3 girls that still not found out about their dad, meaning that I keep hoping that they will. I
Mm-mm.
don't push them anymore. One's 39, the other one's 36, the other one's 23. And my 3 girls,
I'm
you know,
38.
well, I understand
Wow.
that. And my youngest is 20 and 23 and 25. My oldest is 44. So
Oh, how many kids you got?
six kids.
One, two, three. Me.
Well, I wasn't trying to beat there, but I do have to go. But thank you so much for
Okay, Bob.
calling in, and God bless you, Desire. God bless you,
Thank you.
and we'll talk again
Thank you,
soon.
Bob.
I want to thank,
Yeah,
um, yeah, I want to thank Christina Reynoso, who's helping a lot of people with synopsis. And I think that's really good. She puts together some strong points about suing, so she has really good ideas. Aaron from Tennessee, stay away from the booze. I know you're bawling your heart out. I want to put my arm around you and say, hang in there, girl. You'll be fine, Aaron. You'll be fine. It goes through. There's nothing wrong with being embarrassed. You'll work through it. You'll work through it. It's most important is you. Think about it. And tomorrow we gotta be thankful. Tomorrow. We gotta be thankful tomorrow. Tomorrow is a day that we
oh,
give
yes.
thanks. And that's the way I look at it
My
now.
son was born today. My
Right.
son was born today.
Okay. Well,
And
happy
when I broke
birthday.
right before
Happy birthday, son.
Thanksgiving. Yeah.
And I want to thank John Justice, who is Tony the Tiger, who is Cassandra from New York. Thank you for calling in there. And
And
so
Christina's married to a
Thank you all for listening tonight. Don't give up on your children. Keep fighting for them. Come here. I will help you hang on to your children. I'll help you get them back. So there's going to be a brief moment that I'm going to show you a video I want you to all see. I'm going to put on the Department of Doge, which is the Department of Government Efficiency. That's where you can take your case to the federal level. The federal level. So that is on my banner. And then I'm going to end my show. So I'll see you tomorrow. It's okay, Aaron. Don't be hard on yourself. Don't be hard on yourself. And that's yes, yes. Anyway, again, happy Thanksgiving to you all. I'll see you tomorrow. My Thanksgiving with you guys, my family. I'll see you tomorrow at 7 p.m. tomorrow. God bless you and good night.
A vivid picture is encrypted in your mind as the critics get in line like they're witnessing a crime. But then you notice there's a shiver in your spine from the feelings of discontentment and bitterness combined. Heartbroken when you listen to the judges, another kid's innocence corrupted, and if you go against then it's destructive. Consider this predicament the toughest, but we believe in a system fit for justice. Child Protective Services only pretends to save it. The one solution for this is worthy of instant praises. 30 years of experience with relentless cases. Allow me to introduce them. This is Vincent Davis, defending you when they don't think a mother fits the role. Is it juvenile dependency or government control? Observe the pain in their eyes. It's time for us to realize we are the last